this is Shadow right here, and today we're gonna cook some Jamaican dumpling. What you'll need is some Phillips Best flour, peeled the garlic, salt, a boiling pot of water, and a big bowl. Medium is fine.
You put some salt in the water.
First, you dump some salt
to get the water.
First, you dump some salt in the water.
Salt in the water to get the water salted.
Make sure the salt has evaporated into mist. That'll get
the flour.
Next,
Put some flour.
Next, you dump some flour into the big pot or
in the bowl.
Boil, I mean. Make sure to spread it evenly.
Some flour in the bowl.
And then
you make a hole.
Next, you make a hole. Like one of those ant lions. Next, you add some salt in it. Give that nice flavor. And get a steaming pot of water.
This is like you mixing some mortar, some cement.
Yes.
Dumpling is like mixing cement.
Make sure it looks like an anthill full of water.
Yeah, nanny. You saw the flour over.
Next,
bring the flour over.
Next,
the water.
You pour some water in as you see it going. But now you're using a small spoon and spreading out your dumplings.
No, that's the flour.
Well, it'll soon to be dumplings.
Put some more water. Every time you see the water go down, you put some more.
Yeah.
Put some more. Water gone again. You put a little more. Until you mix out all the flour.
In a while, the dumplings will soon form into its chunks. So be patient and do this until you see chunks.
Yeah, until you see all the fluffy.
All fluff balls.
All the fluffy is gone. The gold.
And now, as you see, the salt is reacting violently with the hot water. And now, the water is ready for our dumplings soon. Now, as here we see, the dumplings are still getting grounded. That's why I like my dumplings. And now, wipe the spoon off, making sure you take off. And now, if you have clean hands, mix the dumplings around.
You need the dumpling, need it.
And then you squeeze it like you squeeze Play-Doh.
Yeah, it's just like you're making Play-Doh.
Make sure you get all the sides. And now pour a little more water. Be sure the water is kind of hot. So don't pour it on your hands. It'll burn.
First thing you do is
and now you squeeze it. Like you're squeezing the dough for pizza. Actually, this is dough. So if you want to make some cookies, follow these recipes. But if you want to make dough for the cookies, just follow this, and at the end, just pause. And now, right back for the people who wants to see dumplings.
Yeah, you need the dumpling, need it. Get it tight, so it can pull teeth.
And make sure, if you try Jamaican dumplings, if you have a loose teeth, eat these. It'll help you break out the teeth. That's how I like that. And now,
Michelle, you want any?
Make 2 dumplings for my mother. And now, make sure you got all of the dough into one bite. And if you want to make more, pour the rest of the flour in. As soon as we like it back. And now our flour is done. Great. But then, if you want to pour the whole flour in, just pour it all in. Let's look at that flour.
So, turn on the stove.
And now, when you have one dumpling finished, you turn it down a little. Make sure the water is calm for it. Otherwise, it's like putting a baby in hot water.
Mother
and now,
and ask for some. So we have to
And now we're making another dumpling. Just repeat the same thing we did with this dumpling. Pour more, or like 4 to 3 pours of water in there. Your chunks will absorb the water like sponges, and they'll get fatter. So when they get fatter, they get stickier. So when they get stickier, stick them all together in one big bunch. Now we took out the dumplings because we don't want the dumpling attaching to this one, because we'll make a whole big bouncy ball.
Keep adding water.
Keep adding more and more water. This is a cute view to watch your dumplings. As you watch this big hand crunch these dumplings, it will like crunch them.
Up the picture.
Shh, the audience wants to see the dumpling action. Whoa, this bowl is shaking. And now just add a little bit more water, because if you add more to 4 to 5 drops of water and your dumplings are still not that chunky, just add more water.
Did you turn off the stove?
You remember that water we talked about? Yes. Still keep the fire on, because we don't want cold dumplings. And plus, we want our dumplings hard for people who have loose teeth. So you better watch out for people who have loose teeth. And now, again, we decided to attach the 2 dumplings together, making into one big one. So now we have a big bagel.
Big blob.
Anyone who's seen the movie The Blob, the first one, that was actually silly. That's actually a Play-Doh or silly putty. I don't know. It looks all wet and stuff. And now, if you want to make more dumplings, just break pieces off the big one and fold them into mini kinds of sculptures. Like here, we're making a dumpling, of course. The next one, I think, will be a donut. And the other one will be balls, because that's how you shape donuts. Hey, wait. Wait, put it in there. Put it in there. And now, with your ready to be formed dumpling, you put it in the hot boiling water. And be careful. Ask your parent for help. And don't drop it from there, because last time I did it, I got scolded.
This pot is too small.
And now, just pour some of the hot boiling water inside there. Like if you want a bigger pot, pour water in there. Otherwise, you're gonna have squashed up dumplings. Just wash the pot off. And now pour the rest of your water in the hot scalding water.
Dumplings.
And then you take another chunk of dumplings and form into a donut. I want to be formed into a donut because I like donuts.
You have to knead the dumpling first to get it tight so it can.
And then poke a hole in it.
So it can.
Because that's how most donuts are made, off of dough. Actually, mostly things are made out of dough. And now I'll take another piece of chunk. Like, these chunks are hard, so it'll be good for people who wants to break out teeth the easier way and the painless way. Bite into these dumplings, and you may find a lost tooth in them. And there's a coffee maker. And I'll take another piece of chunk. 3 chunk dumplings later. And now we got 4 chunks of dumplings. And now we're making little ones. Make a donut. Make a donut. Make a donut.
No, it has to be like a dumpling. You have to knead it.
Well, that makes the point of having Jamaican dumplings, of course.
Jamaican dumpling.
Jamaican dumplings
We can
don't...
make a spinners.
If you want spinners, then you have that. So we're gonna make about like 3. We're gonna make about like 5 or 3 spinners since we got 5 dumplings. Are we? Because the spinners would taste good a little. And now another spinner. Well, make the dumplings be overpowering.
3.
Which one is a ball?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And 2 spinners.
Is the water boiling?
Of course it's boiling.
Because dumpling like hot water. Dumpling don't like cold water.
If you put a turtle in cold water, it'll freeze up. But don't worry, if you have a baby turtle, they mostly go into hibernation. Because they got special tissues in their body to make them not freeze to death. Or freeze solid. Because that would be bad.
Next week we're going to make turtle soup.
And for the Ninja Turtle fans out there, please don't take that literally.
We're going to make turtle soup next week, son. Me and you.
He's joking.
One of them turtle, the biggest one in the group.
Margie?
We're going to name him.
About that. I like turtles. And now, put a pot over the hot boiling water to keep it from bubbling up. We'll be back shortly because we need to get some gravy for these delicious dumplings. Next, you dump your dumplings in the hot water. Make sure not to drop it right there because you can get scolded like that and your parents will be really mad if you keep doing basketball with your dumplings. Please do not. I promise. Please.
How do you know when the dumpling is ready?
In about 5 to 6 minutes, the dumplings will rise over the water. So if you see your dumplings rising over the water to catch some breath, that means they're ready. And we'll be back shortly. But we're going to make some gravy. Be sure after making dumplings, wash your hands because next we're going to be doing gravy time. Next, we're washing the pan, the bowl that we used to make the dumplings. Now, you just wash it. Wash it.
There's water going in my phone, you know.
It's not going in your phone.
I don't know.
Woo, woo, woo. Now, since I got this phone charging, we're washing these pots. Because actually we don't need this. We need that. Do we?
Wow.
That red pot. We'll need that one.
No, that's a different pot.
Well, we're gonna use a different pot, but we're still gonna wash these stuff. I like coffee. And booster. And charger. And wine. And wine.
So how come you have a 8 gig card and the card done?
Well, about that.
And the card done? 8 gig?
And
Don't you say put no garbage on something. Come on, no.
I did not put no garbage in.
So how it's done?
Remember, kids, we're out here gonna get burned or stuff by gravy or hot boiling water of dumplings. And you're home safely in bed or sitting in a chair or somewhere looking at your phones, looking at us. So you're protected. So please, wear mitts if you're holding hot boiling water. If you drop that water, man, it's gonna be lava in there. Now all of the things washed and goes down the drainer. It's time to make some gravy. So stay tuned for more dumpling activities. Next, we're going to get a pot, but we don't see the exact pots that we want. So let's look in the pot land. That's where we keep all of the dangerous and ferocious pots. We choose red small or big red Bob, big red, flat red.
Pass the one. Put back them pot in.
Next, we get 2 garlics and some scallions. If I mention about scallions, tell me in the comments, please. We got a bunch of scallions. When they are open. Here we go, and the pot is boiling with its hot waters. Next, we slice the scallions.
Peel the scallion.
We peel the scallions, but it'll take a while. But we'll be right back.
Peeling out the dead.
Make sure that you mince your scallions. Keep repeating if you have many scallions. That's a knife. Still boiling pot and fire. Now, hurry up. We got a timer on. What else next, Daddy? Look like one has risen. Next, we pour some gravy from our chicken. And now, we prick up some scallions. And put that on him. After a bunch of times, put some more gravy in them. Put some gravy in it. No, I'm going to. Put some gravy to that stuff.
No, you have to fry the scallion them first.
One by one.
Fry them so they can get seasoned. And the pot can season. Season your pot. Watch it.
And make sure.
Put a little speck of oil.
And get some oil, but we don't have. Oh well. We'll soon turn back, and you'll find some more gravy soon. Next, you put in some vegetable oil and keep on stirring them. Skittles stuff up. And these look mighty tasty. Make sure to scoop them up in one big. Hey, you forgot me. Now, the pot is boiling. Got some skeletons boiling. And next you pour all of the gravy in them. Make sure to save that ham sandwich. And cook it up. No, flip like.
Just to make a short speck of gravy.
And pour the last bit of water we ever have. And now, you get some ham and dump it in them. Well, that's not ham, that's beef chow. We need these beef to sweat. And now, since we got them in boiling pan, and now, since we got them in a boiling pan, we need them to sweat. Make enough juices for them to make some gravy. Yes, I know. When is this going to be over?
Tomorrow.
See you next Monday. Next, you put in some. What else? What is this called again?
Some tendering sauce.
Make sure they sweat more.
Make sure we just get in the flavor.
Get that flavor just like cooking it from a gas pipe. And getting some browning to make the gravy look browner.
Yep.
Make the gravy look more colors. Yes, that's how I like it. Looking like blood. And be sure to pour more water in it. Now stir them up. Stir them up. Let's make some gravy. Do you have any more ingredients to put in there? And now we're getting a taste test. What do you think? What do we need more?
We need some ketchup.
Ketchup. Let's get ketchup. Let's get ketchup. 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 Get some ketchup on those gravies. Ketchup. 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 Ketchup.
Ketchup to give it the body.
Ketchup. 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 Right. And now some pink pepper made from carrots. Look at that. Look at that abomination. It looks beautiful. We're good. We're definitely going to get a good gravy right here. And some good beef right here, too. Do we have any more? Do we have any more? Do we have any more?
All you have to do is taste it now.
Taste it. Take a taste test.
Put a drop of water.
What do you think, critic?
Ready.
Now, let's turn off the pot.
No, don't turn off the pot. Let it simmer.
Let them simmer in their own juices. And now, let's put on some, what is this called again?
Salt.
Seasoning salt. Since we already put salt in the dumplings, but who cares? We're getting gravy. And this gravy's gonna taste so good. See you when the dumplings get some gravy. Now we put some tang on that stuff. Yes, tang. And now let's make them simmer for a second. Make them get their rest. Let them have. And our dumplings are
floating.
And we have 25 minutes of video time.
So when they float, you know that.
And what are we doing? We're waiting for them to done. Boil them and make some more.
Dada, is that your cup up there, sir? Why you use things and throw it down all over the place?
One day. Now take another taste test. What do you think now? It's ready? It's a monster coming out the pot!
I would never even put no onion in there.
It's a monster coming out the pot. And now, stir up the dumplings. And now what do we wait for?
We're going to test the dumpling.
In the testing of the dumplings, use a knife or the butter knife. Use any kind of knife.
A knife.
Yes.
You get the
and
dumpling.
you stab a dumpling.
And you stab the dumpling in its back.
And
then you pull the knife out. If you see flour on the knife, then that the dumpling is not ready.
But the flour, there's no flour.
But there's no flour, that means dumpling is ready. And your dumpling is floating, so you know they are fully saturated with hot water.
Wow, that was smart.
So we are actually ready to go and eat our dinner.
Ready to put some gravy on that stuff. Let's get a little small plate that we have for years. And it's still going, baby. And let's get a Chinese bowl. Actually, no, that's not Chinese. 2, and another one for me mom. Okay. And now the things are boiling in their own zero juices. Now look at that gravy. That gravy looks delicioso.
Take out the butter out of the fridge.
Next thing you need is some spread butter from Parade. Now, take out the dumplings, because the dumplings are now ready to be served to your guest. One dumpling.
Wow.
These dumplings have puffed up real fast. So they're just like Peeps when you put them in the microwave.
These can remove teeth.
Remember what we said earlier. These can remove teeth. So be careful. Now we all can lose a lot of teeth right now. Make sure to give them an evenly amount of dumplings, just like how you do with checker cards. Checkers, wait.
3 for you, 3 for me.
And the spinners for my mom.
Another 2 spinners.
Another spinners were like orange, like.
Orange.
Yeah, orange. And now, that's the end of the dumpling quest. Now we still continue to the final chapter of the barbecue quest.
Which one?
Make sure to cook the dumplings if you have a child with you. Because you don't want the child to be choking on a big dumpling. And please, don't feed babies these. They might choke too. Look at that. It's so juiced and stuff. I can put it on HD now. Look at that. That is heaven's wonder. That is heaven's wonder.